Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or much good depending on your location. Please join in the struggle to liberate our people from the contraption. Like and share videos. Today is Monday. Nkwo Market. I bring you news update. Pressure mounts on Tinubu to release Nnamdi Kanu after court judgment on IPOB prescription. Yes. Now following the court judgment, that's the Enugu State High Court that unprescribed the IPOB. The State High Court in Enugu said IPOB is no terrorist organization, that IPOB is not a terrorist organization. And now there are pressures mounting on Bola Tinubu to release Nnamdi Kanu now. Yes, many have been calling for the release of Nnamdi Kanu from DSSL, but the pressure is more now that the court have said that IPOB is no terrorist organization. The group Nnamdi Kanu is championing. Nnamdi Kanu committed no offense other than he was championing for the emancipation and freedom of Southeasterners, the Igbos, the Biafrans, and so on. That is self-determination. And the court in Enugu have said that self-determination is no crime in Nigeria. Under Nigerian law, self-determination is not a crime. Then internationally, it's not a crime. It's there in African Charter. So it is not a crime at all. And now, the security experts, more than 30 security experts drawn from the academia, private and public sector, paramilitary organizations, and the ECOWAS Court of Justice have all appealed to the federal government under Tinubu to release the leader of the IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, and other political prisoners, according to them, in the country. They say this is a way of consolidating national peace and cohesion. Yes. The Forum of Security Experts, under the aegis of the Institute of Security and Strategic Studies, they made this call in a communique they issued at the end of their 6th annual Security Executive Conference held in Calabar. Their theme is Nigeria's Security Challenges, Panacea for Socio-Economic Development. They signed a communique. This communique was signed by the Board Secretary, Professor Aziz Olaniyan, and Richard Kalu. Yes. Now, the Richard Kalu is of the Department of Security Services, that's DSS. Part of their communique read, quote, factors responsible for separatist agitations in Nigeria include feelings of marginalization, faulty 1999 constitution that has not made it possible for the states to fulfill their role as component federating units. We recommend for provision of basic amenities to the people to stem high insecurity, nepotism, and ineptitude of leaders, poverty, unemployment, amongst others. We recommend high-level vigilance and community policing to reduce the vulnerability to kidnapping. We call for strengthening of joint task force, interagency security meetings and briefing, training and capacity building of personnel, developing a seamless communication network amongst agencies and strengthening national security strategies. End of quote. So this man recognizes the fact that there are people who are feeling marginalized, and they said this call for separation or for secession, if you like, stem from the fact that some sections of the society or the country, they are feeling marginalized. But the point is not feeling, the point is that they are being marginalized. These things are physical, they are happening, it's real. It's not feeling. People should not be using that word feeling if they are feeling marginalized. No, they have been marginalized. The people has been excluded. They have been removed from the governance structure. And so it's obvious. That's the point. Everyone turn their back attacker. Something is there. Say that the father or the mother is there. Simple. The Southeasterners have cried. They have, rolled on the ground. They have ululated. Nobody cares to listen. And they said, okay, let's go our separate ways. The same thing that happened from 1966 to 1967, when the war broke out. Yes, the pogrom in the northern Nigeria against Igbos, the genocide against Igbos, the invasion of Igbo businesses, residential areas in northern Nigeria, and the Igbos have to fled. Yes, Eastern Wars, the then premier of the Eastern region, Odumegwu, commanded the Igbos, said, come back home. Yes, since we are being killed like chickens on daily basis. So, and the Igbos have no option. The killings continued, unabated, pogrom, genocide, ethnic cleansing against Igbo. So the same thing is happening. Since 1970, the war ended. They said nothing ended. They were still fighting against Igbo. And they are still fighting up to this moment. The last elections opened the eyes of many doubting Thomases, particularly from the southeast. Yes, maybe the younger generations. Some of the younger generation, yes. That look, this is a systemic war against your person as an Igbo man. Doesn't take away whether you are a professor, whether you are a doctor, whether you are qualified for any position or not, whether you have sound in reasoning and thinking ability. The point remains that you are an Igbo man, you have a baggage in the contraption. You are an Igbo man, and that makes you not qualified for any position, strategic position or office. And so this is it. They said Igbos are feeling marginalized, not feeling that it is real. That's the point we're making. And they are calling for Mazi Kanu's immediate release. Yes. So Tinubu is receiving this calls to release Mazi Kanu. If we continue to ignore it, it is at the peril of his administration. Yes, because he's blackmailing his administration. Nobody is doing that. It is him that is blackmailing his administration. If he continue to tour the path of the header, that is one cup of tea. Because the international community is seeing Nigeria in that light of countries that doesn't obey their own laws, how much more the international treaty, conventions and protocols. Alright. So Nigeria is being isolated gradually isolated. And those people in Nigeria will suffer it, and they're suffering the economic hardship, being orchestrated by all these things bedeviling the country, the things that leaders are bringing upon the country, when a leader will not obey court judgment in his country. So these are the facts. The economy is down already, okay, and so the masses are suffering it. They are suffering it. Nigeria economy is on its knees. So all these things are bringing down the economy. Release Mazi Kanu, Nigeria, for your own good. Tinubu, for the good of the country.